How do you do? I'm back again. I had a few days away and used up all my stock videos, so I'm trying to catch up again, do a few more. The problem is, I used to do most of my videos early in the morning when it was daylight, and now it's not daylight, so I'll have to adjust my pattern of doing videos. So anyway, we're out now with Sky and also with Sunny. We've had a good bit of rain over the last few days, but we've managed to dodge it and haven't got wet once. But I can see one spot on my jacket now, so hopefully that's all we get and I don't have to put the camera away straight away. The wind is getting up as well, which isn't great when you're trying to do some audio. There's people out picking up blackberries. So it's Tuesday, the 2nd of September. So we're into autumn. Not that many leaves on the ground. There's a lot more when I was over in the UK last weekend. There was a rake of leaves coming off everywhere over there. But everywhere's a lot greener again, as you can see. Back to being the Emerald Isle. Amazing what a couple of days of rain does. Freshen everywhere up. It's so long since I've been out with the camera, I forget how to use it. Sandy wants to head straight across the river, shortest route possible. Come on! Does anybody else take short haul flights where getting to the airport takes longer than actual flight? I can tell you, getting to the airport takes about 4 times longer than the flight over here. Because unfortunately, even though I live in Cork, I have to fly from Dublin. And the flight I had a few weeks ago, we had a bit of a looper on the coach going up to the airport, and we had to come off at a service station and wait for about an hour and a half until the police and the ambulance came and carted her off to the loony bin. But luckily, I always allow about 5 hours spare for such eventualities, so it didn't really bother me. It just makes for a long day. But there were people on the bus that were in danger of missing their flights. Getting a bit ratty. I mean, she looked a bit of a headbanger from the start when she got on the bus. She should never have been allowed on. But such is life. You can't discriminate against people nowadays. You have to cause mayhem before anything is actually done. Come on, let's go. And you can see the river is hardly a river anymore. It's a flowing puddle. Only 7 months ago this was about 6 foot deep and raging and taking anything and everything with it. Come on, Sandy! It's been like this now for most of the summer. You'd wish it would either dry up completely so you could just walk across in trainers, or get some decent flow, clean the riverbanks. This was all brown, the last video you saw. Of course it's all nice and green again now. Not so much of hanging tongues today. I've actually got my jacket on and it's actually zipped up to the neck. It's about 14-15 Celsius, about low 50s Fahrenheit, whatever that is. Guy is having a tiddle, so Sandy has to wait. And we're off again. Sandy doesn't like to wait for nobody. What's the hold up? She's having another big tiddle. She's not been up, or not been out since this morning. So she's emptying the tank. They like to lick the moisture off the grass, if not eat the grass itself. The brown comes out with his tractor cutting the wet grass. And we're off again. Couple of kids with footballs and the tractor, so I had to rein them in. Oh, I didn't think it'd be long before we had a roly-poly. Not for long though, the grass must be cutting her off. I can feel raindrops on my head. but they're not landing on my camera yet, so we'll keep going. Apparently there's students, I've just been speaking to the groundsman, the students are all coming back this week after the summer holidays, so there'll be a bit more traffic over here in the future weeks leading up to Christmas. Now we're waiting for another sniffing session. I keep saying it, I don't understand how the dogs with sensitive noses never get stung when they're sniffing nettles and thistles. Doesn't seem to bother her in the slightest. Well, this one's got no patience. She's off. Yet another tiddle. Is she going to go down for a swim? Nope. Good-o. Even over here where the grass is cut about 3 or 4 times a week, it's all bright bottle green again. The rain is just getting absorbed though. The ground is still dry and it's not falling down into the river. We need a torrential amount of rain to increase the flow down the river, but as sure as night follows day, it will do. We have floods every year. Have you seen the state of Greta Thunberg? It looks like she's not had a bath for about 6 months, and certainly never been near a hair salon. I think someone cuts her hair with a pair of garden shears. Oh, they're towing floodlights out again. Must have a match coming up. England are playing cricket against South Africa at the moment and getting absolutely trolleyed. So that's when I decided to grab the leads and get out. They think they're so good, but they're not really. They have good days, but they aren't as close between as they like to think they are. Some days they are very few and far between, and yet somehow they still end up winning competitions. We used to be good at rugby. We're not much in the way of that anymore either. It seems in the era of going woke, we lose our ability to play sport. We should go back to picking the best players available as all age levels rather than picking people on where they come from. If the best ones, best sportsmen come from private schools, so be it. Oh, she's going for a swim. Although she won't swim far there because there's no water. Won't even get her paws wet. She barely get her paws wet there either. Not exactly deep, is it? Meanwhile, Sandy stands there patiently waiting. This guy couldn't care less. She can wait until she's ready. And she's not ready yet. Sky's boss, aren't you? It's your way or no way. Sandy's chuntering, and when she chunters, Sky comes running because she thinks something's going on, even though it's not. Lovely lady in the distance there. She's got a nice dog, but we're not allowed to talk to her anymore because this awkward squad starts squabbling. The only time I can talk to her is when I'm out with Milo. We're out a little bit earlier today because I'm expecting rain to come in. I don't particularly want to get wet unnecessarily. There's a few leaves down on this side of the field anyway. I think Sky has spotted the lady and her dog, starting to show an interest. Sandy certainly is. Starting to moan. Right, I'll just put the camera away because I'll need both hands any second, because her dog's coming over to say hello. Right, we're back again, away from everybody, into a different field. Can you believe that building over there with all those windows? The health service have taken over that building, or are in the process of taking over that building, I believe. And they're changing all the glass. There's nothing wrong with any of the glass, but they're taking out some of the cladding in the wall and just replacing it. I shudder to think how much the broken health service is spending on it. But I bet it runs into the hundreds of thousands, because they've been at it for a long while. And apparently the perfectly good glass is just going into a skip and getting dumped. Does anybody care? Nope. Just coming out of taxpayers' money. They wouldn't be spending it if it was coming out of their own pocket. When it's somebody else's, oh, we have to have a grand scheme. Doesn't matter how much it costs. A bit like the ludicrously expensive children's hospital being built up in Dublin. It's miles overdue, miles over cost, and I think it's supposed to be the world's most expensive hospital now. And it's on a site that the government doesn't even own. I don't very often bring you around this way. Come on, this side, come on, stay this side of the poles. This is the main entrance off the road into the campus. This is where the runners tend to congregate on a Saturday morning before they start off. Somebody must have lost their number off their shirt. During COVID, they tried to block off access into the field to stop runners and walkers from gaining entry. They weren't very successful. Then they started posting security outside the main gates, which made no difference because people just walked in at the side of the trees. Then they started putting in temporary fencing and pallets on their edge, and they got knocked down too, and everybody still carried on. People don't like being told what to do, especially when it's for no good reason. Come on, folks. I remember a security guard shouting at me. I just pretended I couldn't hear him. He was one side of the fence and I was the other. I just pretended I thought he was asking about the dogs. I said, yeah, they love it, and carried on walking. We just had some excitement. I don't know whether you can see the fellow with blue shorts over there with his black dog. Crept up on me. I wasn't paying attention. And the gruesome twosome were not happy. Luckily he stood his ground and waited for me to retract them and bring them in, and then we were able to pass. Don't know where he appeared from, whether he was in the bushes having a tiddle, because I constantly survey the fields like radar, make sure nobody's creeping up and I'm not creeping up on anybody else. And lo and behold, there he was, old cranky Mary. She's still rattled by him now. He's not even in the field, he's gone. It's all good fun, sent to entertain us. Variety is the spice of life, so they say. Although I had spicy kofters last night for my tea, and I'm still paying for it. They were very nice, but they come back to haunt you. I'm surprised a few more leaves aren't off over here, because these leaves don't tend to stay on long. once autumn kicks in. It's been quite windy for the last couple of days, and we've got the tail end, absolute tail end of some storm or other. I couldn't tell you what the name of the storm was by the time it got to us. No doubt I'd give it some woke, unpronounceable name. Sure it was inclusive. I don't know why they have to give storms names anyway. What do they want to do? Make them sound all nice and cuddly? It's just a bloody storm at the end of the day. Who cares? We just want to know the strength of it. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. And then we can take appropriate action. And we're back. Wasn't much going on. Just bumped into a couple of people. I didn't want to be trying to film and have these two pulling at the same time. And a runner's just come round in front of us and gone into the long grass with his dog and his daughter. And they're trying to catch up. And she's getting agitated because she can't get any speed on. They'll be long gone by the time we get round. Well, we've had a reasonable walk anyway, and it didn't rain, apart from just a couple of spots on my head. There's nothing to write home about, so we don't care. And these two have had a good stretch of their paws. So once again, thanks for watching and listening to me rant, and we'll see you again.